subscriber or if you stumbled upon my video, hello, welcome. Check out my other videos, and if you are a returning subscriber, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. So today will be a preparations for nursing school. This is some of the measures I took to prepare myself mentally and especially financially before I got accepted into the PN program at my school. So the first point that I have written down will be a strong support system. I feel like with anything you do, you need a strong support system in general, but especially in nursing school. You need someone to call on when you're feeling discouraged, when you don't know why you want to become a nurse, when times are hard, when your grades aren't looking too good. Your support system can consist of your family, your peers, your friends, a college advisor, your coworkers, a college counselor, anybody that you trust and can call on any given day to be like, hey, I'm nervous about this test, can you say a quick prayer for me? Or hey, I'm not feeling too good, I don't think I did good on this test, I think I failed it. Give me some words of encouragement, or vice versa. Praise me when I do good. Praise me when I pass my test, when I meet the highest grade in the classroom. Praise me, let me know I'm doing something right, because those days are going to come, because nursing school is such an emotional roller coaster. You're going to need these people in your life, in your circle, because like I said, nursing school asks a lot of you, a lot of your time, a lot of things you have to put on this, like the back burner to just keep your head above water. Nursing school is very treacherous. It's not easy, but it is very obtainable. We have millions of nurses across the world, so it's not the hardest thing. It's not easy, but it is definitely obtainable. And if you have a good support system, this could be your foundation for how well you do in nursing school. So my next point, which is one of the biggest takeaways in preparing for nursing school, would be financial advice. So I found out I got accepted into nursing school in June. Once I found out I was in nursing school, I instantly started picking up extra hours, working for my coworkers, doing overtime, picking up 12-hour shifts, doing 2 shifts, 16s, just saving my money, living below my means, and really racking up my savings account, because you can be a full-time student and also be working full-time hours, but it is very hard. And if you're entering in your first semester of nursing school, I wouldn't recommend it. I would kind of get a feel of nursing school first to see what you can handle, what you can't handle, what would be too much, and maybe by the second semester you can know if you can maintain a full-time job in school. Also, live below your means, and what I mean by that is, of course, in nursing school you can get your nails done, no acrylics, no gels, no overlays, so that's a plus for your financial anyway. You know, you're not spending $80 to $120 on a full set in your toes. Lashes, it depends on what school you go to. That's another couple hundred out your pocket that you don't have to spend. And your hair, if you have natural hair, wear it, or get a protective style. Braids is always a good go-to, but the way these stylists are charging for braids these days, you probably won't see me getting braids no time soon in nursing school. Save your money for small mishaps. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but in one of my YouTube videos I talked about how someone had busted out my windows when I was at a party. If it wasn't for me working and saving my money, I wouldn't have been able to pay for my window. Your car seems to always mess up during the wrong times. Like right now, I need someone to look at my engine, have a new tire, oil change, all that stuff is going to come into play, and you're going to need your extra funds to pay for that because you're not going to be working as much. Another thing that people do in nursing school is eat out a lot. Fast food is always available, but when you're in nursing school, that fast food every day or every other day is going to add up. Like $10 for a meal is going to add up. I could put that $10 in my tank, which leads to my next point, gas. Driving back and forth to class every day and then driving back and forth to clinical every day adds up. Any extra money, put it in your savings or put it in your gas tank. I promise you. Ain't no broke college students over here. As long as my bills are paid, then you good. Have that mindset. As long as your bills are paid, good. Like, girl, go make you a sandwich, okay? Another thing, dating in nursing school. Now, if you have a solid long-term relationship with someone, this could kind of go into your support system, what I mentioned first. But if you're just starting out, maybe 2 or 3 months before nursing school, or like maybe a week or 2 before nursing school, you're trying to get to know someone really interesting, I wouldn't recommend it, because being that you guys don't have that solid ground foundation yet, and you're still trying to accommodate the needs of nursing school, it'll kind of become just a big distraction. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't recommend it. Do what you want to do, but anything that's going to be a distraction, you need to cut it out the day of nursing school, okay? Dating, starting something new while you're in nursing school is not recommended. That's just like kind of common sense, but do what you want to. Like I said, I don't recommend it. Scheduling and study time. So I'm going to give you an example. Each semester in nursing school, you're going to get a set schedule. It's never going to change unless something drastic happens, like an instructor gets sick or we have inclement weather. For example, my class schedule is Monday. I don't have time to think about it. Monday and Tuesday is 8 to 1. So of course I'm going to schedule all my car maintenance, doctor's appointments, physicals, whatever I have to do in the afternoon after 1 o'clock. Now, let's say Wednesday and Thursday, my classes are from 1 to 4. The morning time, I'm going to wake up super early, make sure I get in a good study session. If you go to the gym, go to the gym. Like I said, doctor's appointments, car maintenance, schedule all that in the morning. You need to schedule these appointments and all this extra stuff outside of class time. Because if you don't do that, you're going to end up overlapping some scheduled time with an appointment you're supposed to be at. And I almost did that the other day. I had a doctor's appointment at 10 a.m. I was in class from 8 to 1. I'm like, oh my God, I need to reschedule. And that leads into like another sub point. Make sure you have a calendar. Make sure you write everything down. I've said this 100 times in my YouTube videos. I have to write these things down or else I'm going to forget. Like that's just, I don't know what it is. I have 3 calendars, 2 of which are in the same place. I have a dry erase board over my desk in my room. And I also have the big desk calendars on my desk with literally the same thing written over, because of course they say the more you write things, the more you remember them, and that is the idea behind having those 2 calendars in the same place. And I also have a planner that I keep with me. I take it everywhere because it just makes me feel better to know what I have going on. And me being the person that I am, I take it a step further. Once I have my weekly schedule planned out, I take it a step further by going into each day. Monday, planning everything that I want to have done. Everything is planned by the minute, and I'm not lying. Some days or some weeks are harder to go by the minute. Some days I can do it. I have the utmost discipline when it comes to it. And a side note, it really all comes down to how bad do you want this degree, okay? Block out any distractions, write down what you need to do, but just make sure you schedule time to study and you have your study time and class time. That's your priority, and then schedule everything else around it. You know what I'm saying? Use your resources is another point. And what I mean by that is, we all know this is not my first rodeo when it comes to nursing school. The first time I was in nursing school, of course I was doing my prereqs, but I stopped doing my prerequisites and I went to an accelerated program. I was not using my resources, and my resources were ATI, FA Davis, scheduling test reviews, one-on-one with my instructor, tutoring sessions that were free. Like, they were free. I was not doing any of that because I'm like, they gave us the PowerPoint, they're teaching off the PowerPoint, that's all I needed to pass the test. That was not the case. That was not the case. And it took me so long to grasp that concept that, hey, they can pull out any information from anywhere. The book, ATI, FA Davis, they can pull the information from anywhere in that syllabus. And this go around, I'm running that. So now I'm using FA Davis, I'm using ATI, I'm setting up these personalized quizzes wherever I'm weak at. I can study it free anytime I want to. I'm studying the test reviews. I don't care if I get a 93 on a test. I'm going to schedule a test review with my instructor to figure out, okay, I may have got this question wrong. I want to know why, you know, because it's cute. What's the word? It's cumulative. I always have a hard time saying that word. But the exams in nursing school are cumulative. And that means, like, we could be on test 3 and the instructor will still put information from test 1 and 2. Okay, you have this information, you have to know it. You can't just memorize it and memorize it to pass that test. You have to really know it and understand the concepts behind it. You know what I'm saying? Minimize distractions. And what I mean by that is, if you have some shaky relationships, 1 foot in, 1 foot out relationships, work drama, anything that could possibly taint your nursing degree, anything that could have a negative effect on your nursing degree, cut it out before nursing school, okay? Because I promise you, it will benefit you later in life when you're walking across that stage, when you have your pinning ceremony. Just kind of minimize your distractions, and it goes back into your support system. Make sure that support system knows and understands, like, hey, I'm in nursing school. I can't check up on you as frequently as I want to. Like my best friends, I can't call them and gossip with them as much as I want to because nursing school is my priority. So that will fall under any distractions that you have eliminated before nursing school, okay? It will benefit you later in the long run, I promise you. And number 8, I have a love-hate relationship with number 8, which is number 8 is a topic, which is relaxing or decompressing. So I have class Monday through Thursday. That Friday is usually designated to me not doing anything nursing related, school related, work related. I am at home in my jammies, binge watching Netflix or binge watching videos on YouTube. Like, don't talk to me about nursing school. I don't want to talk about it because after having a hard week in nursing school, that Friday, all you want to do is decompress and just kind of reevaluate the week. You know, that's what I do. What could I have done differently? Did I waste any time? Could I incorporate more study time? Just kind of reevaluate your week and just kind of take a day for yourself. Go get your toes and go get a pedicure. Get your eyebrows arched. Go get you a lash fill. In my college, we can have our lashes filled and stuff like that. But okay, so like I was saying, that day that you don't have class, you can take that day for a self-care day. You get a pedicure, take yourself out to lunch, kind of decompress, go to the park. One of the things I like to do is go to a park, like a national park, and just kind of sit there and relax. I love being outside reading my books. I even started reading a new book on my days that I don't have class. Just kind of, I don't want to think about nursing school on my days off. That's just me. You can use that day to pick up an extra work shift, to study. But me, give me my pajamas, I'm gonna lay in bed all day and watch some Netflix or binge watch YouTube videos. Like, that's my thing. Now this next part of the video is pertaining to those of you who have kids. So one of the things that I did was once I started school, I got down on eye level with my son, like, hey, mommy's in school now. Mama's gonna have to do a lot of homework. Mommy's gonna have to take some time away and kind of study. And you can also explain to them. My son had tons of questions, like he had tons of questions. And when I kind of seen how he felt about me going to school, he kind of felt excluded. So what I started doing was printing off like the little traceable worksheets, any worksheets that pertain to his school age level, putting them out. Anytime I would study and be writing, taking notes, I would be like, hey babe, let's go do our homework together. Give him 2 or 3 of the printable worksheets, and I would be on my notes to just kind of make him feel incorporated, like we're both learning, we're both studying. And the way I am, and it really comes down to individualism, I don't need to study so much. So it wasn't really anything that I had to change in terms of being around my son. Like, we'll play Lego blocks together, we'll play basketball together, we'll go outside play baseball. It wasn't a big shift in terms of the mom-son dynamic because I don't really need that much time to study. And anytime I do study, I try to study away from home. So when I come home, my son knows, okay, it's me and him. Let's go get Chick-fil-A, come back home and play. You get what I'm saying? I would go into class early or stay after class a little bit, 30 minutes to an hour to study there so I have a good understanding of the concept, learn for that week or that day, come home, decompress, be in my son's face until it's time to go to bed. And another thing, I don't know if I mentioned it, but me, I study better at night. So once he's in the bed, that's when I pull out my books and kind of reiterate what I learned throughout the week. But that's just something that I do that helps me out. Another thing, designate time for them. Okay, my son is in school from 8 to 4. When I go pick him up at 4, that's our time. We go to Chick-fil-A, listen to music, play a little bit. He's really, and it depends on your child too. My child is super clicky, but he also likes to play and do things by himself. You know, he's the only child, so he really don't have a choice. I said all that to say it really depends on the relationship, the foundation you have with your kids. And if you have older kids, then they know. Like your older kids, like 12, 11, high schoolers, your kid know, they're grown. They have the brain capacity to understand what's going on. If you have smaller children like I do, just kind of go mess with them a little bit in between your breaks and study time, okay? Just so they won't feel super excluded or like, why is mommy studying so much? Why is mommy not in my face so much, you know? And anytime you have a break, or what I'm trying to do is anytime I have a break from school, I have a 2-day break coming up in October, I'm planning something for me and my son to go do just to make sure that we still are like, just to have that mom and son time, you know what I'm saying? So that's the video for today, you guys. If you have any more questions or any tips that helped you guys that I didn't mention, please feel free to list them down below, because I have about 10 more months of school and any advice helps, especially if you're a nurse already or if you're further along in the PM program than I am. All advice is welcome. But thank you guys, and see you in my next video.